Hello, my name is Emmett Downhour, and this is my signature assignment number 3 with the theme of how is the leader of the underworld depicted in Greek mythology and how does it compare to modern counterparts like Satan? Within any belief system, there is some idea of what happens when you die and who you may meet. Within Greek mythology, that god is Hades, lord of the underworld. But how does he compare to other rulers of the dead, for instance, Satan? While these two may seem incredibly similar, they actually have vast differences in what they have done. For starters, Satan in most instances is viewed as an evil being, while Hades is neither good nor evil, but rather just hanging out in the underworld. For example, we can look at the stories of Hades helping out others who seek his assistance, like Orpheus's tale depicted on the Altamira crater. In this legend, Orpheus falls in love with the beautiful Eurydice, and once she tragically passes away due to a venomous snake bite, Orpheus ventures all the way down to the underworld to beg for Hades' permission for her to return to the world of the living. After seeing his incredible performance, Hades agrees on the condition that Orpheus does not look back at her the entire time she's in the underworld. So, good because she's letting him return, but bad because he's adding in his own little tricks to make it more interesting for him. Meanwhile, there are countless examples of Satan purposefully trying to screw people over, like him tempting Eve with the apple and causing the fall of mankind, or how he'll possess non-true believers in order to tempt them from heaven. Another stark difference between the two is how the rest of the deities in their religion view them. Within Greek mythology, Hades is seen as an ally with the gods and one of the brothers of Zeus and Poseidon. And many other gods enjoy working under him or within the underworld. As described in Hesiod's Theogony, multiple gods work alongside Hades in his rule of the underworld. For instance, Hermes guides souls down to the underworld, Thanatos is the god of death, and he is the one that kills them, and Hypnos is the god of sleep when people go in their sleep. Meanwhile, Satan is often described as the mortal enemy of the Abrahamic God and seen as an adversary to God in Christianity as well. Another big difference between the two is their relationship to the mortals who enter the underworld or hell. While Satan does not interact at all with anybody who enters hell, Hades does. In fact, Hades is the one who oversees the punishments of those in Tartarus, and the one who oversees those who exist in the fields of Asphodel. For instance, let's look at Sisyphus' tale from Homer's Odyssey. After defying the gods and escaping death twice, he is sentenced to forever push a boulder up a hill. Once he reaches the top, the boulder falls all the way back down, and he is forced to start again, which can be seen of this pot of Sisyphus and his task. It is the duty of Hades to watch over him as he completes this for all of eternity, so that he may learn his lesson about what happens when you try to define the gods. However, Satan will tempt people into ending up in hell, while Hades does not affect which part of the underworld one ends up in for eternity. There's a great importance in the difference between these two, as a majority of people nowadays think that the two are kind of one and the same. For example, in the Hercules movie by Disney, they portray Hades as an evil god who wants the demise and destruction of the Olympians, when that's more in line with Satan than it is with Hades. In actuality, Hades is often shown out helping others that interest him, including Heracles with his labor of bringing Cerberus to the world of the living. Overall, there are just multiple differences between the Lord of the Underworld and the Prince of Hell. While Satan is an evil being with the goals of tempting people to sin, Hades does not interact with the world of the living. And while Hades watches over those within the underworld, Satan does nothing to those who are already in hell. And finally, while Satan may be an adversary of the gods within multiple ideologies, Hades is an ally and friend of the other Olympians. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.